Part 3. My beloved beings of light, what do you think it is about releasing that it is the hardest to remember while in the physical form? Clearing all that no longer serves one's highest good is part of the growth that you have all come to Earth plan to accomplish. Perhaps it is the veil itself that makes the physical one sense that releasing something should be equated to loss, when in truth it is very much in line with gain. One cannot grow without shedding the old skin, so it were, to accommodate the physical growth for the new skin. One knows what holding on to garbage will do if one forgets to place the rubbish in the outer trash can. Picture what would happen if one simply spread the rubbish all over oneself. A little angel humor for you here, if you will. The same principle about removing your physical garbage holds true for removing your old baggage, all of the old traumas, hurts, fears, etc. that you carry with you. Why drag the garbage and baggage everywhere with you? This ease is very much an outcome when one does not allow this garbage and baggage to be extricated, if you will, from your many energy fields. Beloveds, when a judgment is made, an etheric hook goes out from the party making the judgment and attaches etherically into the person that is the target of the judgment. This hook actually ties both the judge-or and the judge-e together until such a time as some type of clearing or cord-cutting exercise is done. You, my beautiful beings of light, are connected to everyone that you've ever made a judgment about, and everyone that has made a judgment about you. This is also tied through this karma connected to your physical presence. Beloveds, where do you think the vision came from the Charles Dickens character Ebenezer Scrooge? Ebenezer was always depicted with chains dragging from his ghostly body. But in his fictional physical life he dragged them too, as do my divine warriors of light. Clearing and releasing is such a vital part of peeling away the onion layer so that you can finally remember who you really are. Speak to the universe regarding agreements to break. My beautiful beings of light, this is an exercise to assist you in beginning process of release. Say these out loud so that the universe knows you mean business. Do this weekly for a while and see how this makes you feel. 1. I am releasing all expectations I have about my spiritual growth and advancement. Each day I'll live in the now, concentrating on aligning with my higher self in all energy fields, including my body, mind, and emotions. Each day I'll ask my angels and spiritual guides to assist in my understanding of this attuning process. 2. I am releasing all agreements with my mother, my father, my children, my stepchildren, my husband, my wife, my brothers, my sisters, my friends, my ex-husband, my ex-wife, or anyone else who keeps me stuck in a third-dimensional reality. I'll ask for assistance daily to understand these connections and what experiences they were to hold for my growth. 3. I am releasing all invalid concepts about my worthiness of love, career, peace, harmony, security, abundance, creativity, youthful vitality, health and well-being, aging and death. I'll ask daily for spiritual assistance in rebuilding my true nature of joy and abundance. 4. I am releasing the need to save the world or anyone in it. I realize my mission is to accept my I am presence, discover my own most perfect answers, and to be living, loving example to all without expectation from anyone. 5. I am releasing all preconditioning and all cell memories about physical form. I am claiming my God-given birthright of beauty, vitality, health, and well-being, knowing that this is my true essence of being, and I only have to follow the suggestions of Spirit to manifest this perfection. 6. I am releasing all expectations regarding my creativity and work. I am working and creating for the joy of it, and know that my abundance and resource come from Spirit, and not from my efforts, only from my belief of my worthiness. 7. I am releasing any and all hold that the third-dimensional government and establishments have over me. They do not control me or my abundance or security. I am, with divine grace, totally empowered to manifest safety, be totally self-sufficient, and totally in control of my destiny. I ask my angels and spirit guide to walk with me always. 8. I am releasing all residual karmic debts and ask for divine guidance to avoid the need for such lessons again within this incarnation. A rainbow walk. Beloved beings of light, today's message carries forward the continued need to practice and work with releasing all that no longer resonates with your highest good and the good of all concerned. The past messages have carried releasing exercise and meditations. My warriors, some may in fact sound repetitious, but the clearing and healing that has been wrought from this practice is worthy of all your efforts. Your beacon lights are shining so brightly now that the debris is being transmuted and released from your energy field. The heavens are blazing, the vibrations are growing higher and higher. We are so very proud of you for your work and intent in working towards your next steps. It takes courage to go forward and is reflected within your efforts, and the results are apparent from your vantage point. What were once gray, clogged outer bodies are becoming brighter and brighter bodies of wondrous colors. Clear, more defined hues are surfacing. Your badge of honor are showing, my beloveds. The tarnish is being removed by the silver polish, if you will. Your veils are thinning. Do you not feel the difference within yourself? Take a moment and allow that wondrous recognition to occur. Your lives may have been going in such a feverish pitch that you have not noticed the difference that is occurring within your own biology due to your work. Do you not find yourself to be more cognizant of the very beauty of nature that is around you? Have you found yourself humming at the most unusual times? Have you noticed that spring is your step and the glorious smile coming back to your face when you greet another? Connect the effort you have put forth with this change and allow yourself to be hugged by the Creator. Feel that love rush that is emanating from the Creator as it washes over you. Remind you of home. Remind you of the spiritual family you left behind when you incarnated. Feel the love pouring out from you now and filling up all that you came into contact with. Allow yourself to visualize that love filling up all and continuing to grow and expand further and further out past the confines of the earth and out into the universe. Then sense that the universe is sending it back to you again, reinforced with even more intense pink love light this time. Such joy and bliss is yours, my beloved beings of light. You are so very worthy of it. Allow yourself to sense it and feel it and accept it as so. This evening, another gift coming forth for you in the form of a new meditation. We will call this a journey of release across the rainbow bridge. Beloveds, each judgment that is made, each responsibility that is assumed from someone else, each promise made, each relationship entered into, binds each to the other with cords of expectation, approvals, judgment, promises, commitments, conditions, etc. If you could see from our vantage point, you would see that most are all bound so tightly with cords that you look like mummies, so to speak, wrapped so tightly with all the cords that bind one to another from whatever reason. This is an accumulation from your present lifetime and all these previous lifetimes. This is causing the feeling of being stuck, for you literally are almost so covered that you cannot move freely. This meditation severs the cords and allows you to release and free yourself of all those stuck energies that no longer serve your highest good. And you may repeat this exercise as often as you like. Find a quiet spot where you'll not be disturbed for 30 minutes or so. Sit or lie down if you like with your eyes closed in whatever is the most comfortable position for you. Clear your mind of all thoughts. Begin by taking 3 deep breaths, fully inhaling and exhaling. Begin relaxing all parts of your body individually as you continue to take deep breath in and out. Allow your body to begin feeling that delightful light feeling of settling into serenity and peace. The next breath in, and just allow the breath out as you exhale to come out as a sigh. Thank the Creator for this beautiful gift of releasing and this message of love that the Creator has had me deliver to you. Invite your angels, guides, ascended masters, and spiritual family to join you on this journey. With your permission, I will join you as well. Ask the Creator to send a beautiful protective beam of white light and see it coming from the corner of the room where you are meditating. It is entering through your crown chakra and permeating all parts of your beingness, and is now radiating and emanating out from your bodies, filling and permeating all parts of the room that you are occupying. You are now protected and enfolded in the Creator's love. Nothing can disturb you here without your permission. If for some reason this is not resonating with you, just put it aside. It is not your time to work with this material yet, but for those that are ready, let's continue. Direct your ego self to step aside. For this journey, ask your ego self to sit on your left shoulder and only be the observer. With a simple prayer to the Creator, ask for a ray of protective white light. The Creator hears your request and returns to you a protective white light beam. In your imagination, see the protective white ray coming down from the corner of the room where you are meditating. It is entering your body through the soles of your feet, working its way up through your physical vessel, permeating all as it travels up your body, then exiting out your crown chakra, then returning to the Creator, and then back down to you again in a repetitive circular motion. You are now divinely protected, and only those things that you give your permission to can even disturb you now. Ask your higher self, the true you that is you, to merge and integrate within your beingness. Ask your guardian angels to guide your way. Now see your essence energies coming up from your root chakra all the way up the chakra system and exiting out through your third eye chakra. Visualize the you that is really you entering into your heart chakra with your invited guests. Your angels guide you to a door that says, "To your highest guidance within." You turn the handle and cross over the threshold. You find yourself in a white marble corridor. Within the corridor, you see a door with light emanating from around it and a sign that says, "To the Rainbow Bridge." You turn the handle of the door and step across the threshold onto a puffy, pure white cloud. You find that you can bounce up and down in the cloud and that it laughs with you as you sense the joy of innocent childhood play by bouncing up and down as if it were your bed at home. Your adventure is now starting, and you gather yourself into an upright position again and notice that there is a spanned rainbow arched up in the sky, and another doorway to allow you to walk on the inside of the rainbow as you journey to the other side of it. As you open the door and cross over the threshold onto this rainbow path, you feel perfectly secure. You are surrounded on all sides by the beautiful rainbow colors pulsating and beaming with waves of light. Your angels and those that you have invited are walking with you. It is so warm and loving within this rainbow. Experience each color as you continue to cross to the other side. You approach the end, and the doorway leads you into a large field of luscious green grass and trees. You are in a clearing that is surrounded on all sides by a forest. The angels have accompanied you and are beckoning you to stand in the very center of this field. As you walk and reach the center position, you begin to see people starting to arrive and encircle around you. At first, only one or two, then hundreds, then thousands. It could actually be even millions. You understand that each of these entities has come into contact with you within this lifetime or past lifetimes. As you look down at your body now, you see that each one of these individuals is connected to you with an elastic cord. You are completely covered up and can barely move because of all these cords that are attached to you. The angels are motioning to you to select a cord and simply start removing them one by one. You decide to start at your feet and work up. You unplug the cords from your feet and toes, ankles, and then go reeling back to each individual that the cord is connected to. As you clear each area, you are filled with the Christed light that has been long waiting to return to you. Your feet and ankles are radiating and pulsating with this beautiful Christed light that has returned to its rightful place. Beginning now at the lower leg, knee, and shin, disconnecting all, clear now, and the Christed light continues to flow upward. Disconnecting the thigh area, the hips, waist, and chest area now. The light flows into those spaces, and you are once again sensing the wholeness that was once yours. You continue to release the balance of the cords, and after each release, the Christed light flows into that area and once again is emanating from it. The head and crown chakra are the last places you disconnect now. You feel so wonderful and alive and vibrant now that these cords have all been removed. You turn to all those gathered around you. They have tears of joy and release rolling down their faces, as do you. You thank them, and they too are sensing a wonderful freedom and release, and thank you in return for releasing them from those ties that you had together that no longer served yours or their higher good. You bid them goodbye and tell them that you love them. The angels lead your glowing, radiating body back to the door of the Rainbow Bridge, and you walk back across, a new, lighter bounce in your step, for you feel so much lighter and brighter now. You open the doorway at the other side and bounce on that glorious cloud once more. Oh, how good it feels to be free. You enter the doorway back into the white marble corridor. You cross back over the threshold into the heart chakra. You are guided back into your physical form where one of your angels has been keeping your body company. You wiggle your fingers and toes, and when you are ready, open your eyes. How do you feel? Beloved, you are blessed beyond words and loved beyond measure. I am Archangel Michael, the Creator's messenger of love, joy, wisdom, light, peace, and grace. Some meditation journal questions. Question: do you feel more free, more in tune in how you really should be feeling? Did you recognize any beings that you released yourself from? Did you enjoy crossing the rainbow? And what color of the rainbow seemed to feel the most comfortable for you today? Some exercises. Remember, that which you resist persists. Fear equals false evidence appearing real. Your personal growth and spiritual success lies outside of the good opinion and approval of others. You must learn to love yourself before you can truly learn to love another. And love is all there is. You are beautiful beings of light and are worthy of all good things. Beloveds, you are truly one of a kind, the only one made. You don't even come in a different shade. From You Are One of a Kind by Carolyn Ann O'Reilly. Cleaning out the inner closet. The Creator sends love and gracious moments of peace to you, my beautiful beings of light. Beloveds, as the sun shines through your physical windows, also see that sun filling the recess of your mind with its loving warm light. Let the sun's light help you illuminate your dark corners and hidden spaces that you dare not let others see. What do you think could be done to assist you in clearing away all those old cobwebs, dust bunnies and skeletons, shall we say, that keep rattling around in your inner being and keep you stuck? Have you been working to release these fears? You are nearing another season's change. Will you allow the old season's drama to color the new breath of change? My warriors of light, one must only give intent, be willing and open to clearing to begin noticing a difference. Asking your angels and guides to help include putting forth some effort on your part will speed the process. Here is a story to help you put things into perspective. There once was a young girl named Jane. Jane had this imaginary closet in the darkest corner of her room. She never liked to open the door of the closet because of all the stuff that was thrown in there. It would all come tumbling out each time you felt the need to even peek in. It didn't used to be this way, she thought. When she was very little, there was hardly anything in that closet, but as she grew and experienced more and more emotional trauma and fear, the closet began to fill quite rapidly. Life just was cruel, Jane used to think to herself. Why can't I make any progress towards more spiritual matters? Everyone else seems to be working on their path. Jane continued on her thoughts and told herself, I just feel more and more bogged down. What is wrong with me, she questioned. Where's my energy and spark of joy? Where's my childlike wonder and awe? Where is all that gone? I know I had it once, she continued. I just keep being soaked with all this hatred, pain, and rejection that continually seems to be creeping in my life. What can I do to make it stop? Her guardian angel kept trying to nudge her to look inside the closet and ask him to help her clean it out. She ignored the whispers and the hints that the angel provided. Jane grew older and older, and the closet began to bulge at the seams. Things were starting to slide underneath the door because there was no more room to store anything else. Stuff was trying to wiggle out through the door hinges. It was so packed, the odor from the closet was just unreal. Jane's physical and emotional state was in shambles. She seemed to be getting sicker and sicker, and the doctors didn't know what to do. They could not find anything wrong. One day, at Jane's lowest point, she lay on the bed crying. She was past being consoled. She thought to herself, I'm not sure I can go any further. I just feel that I cannot go on. Her guardian angel was there beaming her light, but she was ignoring them as usual. A beam of sunlight broke through her windows, and for a moment she stopped crying. While concentrating on the beam, she remembered when she was a child that she had often thought that the Creator talked to her through sunbeams. She smiled and stopped crying. In thinking of the Creator, she decided to do what she did as a child and talk to the Creator, just as if the Creator was there on the bed sitting beside her. She decided that she would also do what she did as a child and imagined the Creator picking her up and cradling her limp, pain-wrenched body and rocking it back and forth, saying to her, There, 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 there. You are loved so very much. Wipe your tears and let us help you. In that remembrance, she turned to the spot that she imagined the Creator sitting within and sat, Please help me, my Creator. I simply don't know what to do anymore. I am in so much pain and nothing works. Please help me. The sun sent a second beam through the window. This beam reached even further into the room. It hit Jane's full-length mirror and reflected her image back to her. The mirror reflected back her tear-streaked face sitting on her bed, but there further in the background of the reflection she saw an image of the bulging closet door. She looked again because there was no closet where the mirror showed it to be in that split second. Jane looked around the room and saw no closet that looked like the image that was reflected in the mirror. She was puzzled. The sun sent a third beam into the window, and this time it hit the location where she had imagined the Creator sitting. In that location, she had laid her crystal that had been holding in her hand earlier. The sunbeam reflected off the crystal and redirected the beam to Jane's heart chakra. She felt the warmth there from the beam as she looked down at her heart area. Her angels were saying, "Yes, connect the dot, Jane, connect the dots." Jane focused a minute longer and decided to try a meditation. She'd never done a meditation before, but she thought to herself, why not? She seemed to remember something about it, but she couldn't put her finger on it. Her angels were jumping up and down with joy. She then thought to herself, this could be a little scary for me. I'll ask my guardian angels to meditate with me, since I've no one to call to them and be with me. Jane's angels were going, yes, yes, yes. The sun then sent 2 more rays through the window that landed right next to the crystal, showing 2 spots of sunlight on the bed next to her. She turned, looking at the sunbeams, and said, "There you are, my guardian angels, there you are." Jane closed her eyes and just lay back on the bed. She pictured her angels right there each step of the way as she went into her heart chakra. There in the heart chakra she gasped as she saw the closet that was reflected to her in the mirror. Her angels hugged her close to them, and this time Jane could hear them as they told her, "Jane, we need to help you with this slowly. There is so much within the closet that is needing to be cleared, it would overwhelm you to try and do it all today. Today let us help you with just the stuff that has crept out under the door and through the door hinges. Then each day we can open the closet for you and help you one at a time to clear and dispose of all the debris." Jane was amazed she could hear her angels, and they wanted to help her. She said a mental prayer, "Thank you, my Creator, thank you." The angels then turned smiling to Jane. "We have always been with you, Jane, and have always wanted to help you. You have ignored our attempts and signs to talk to you. We have always wanted to help you, but could not without your permission. When you asked the Creator for help, we could then step in and assist. We love you so very much. It has been very difficult for us to watch you in such pain." Jane smiled back at her angels and said, "Thank you. I am willing to follow your suggested plan today. Let us just clear what is around the outside of the closet that can no longer be held inside." The angels instructed Jane to go to the closet door and pick up all that she found around the outside of the door. They held a basket for her to place each piece into. Jane picked up each piece, remembering its significance. Because it had been so long it was smelly and hideous, Jane just put this out of her mind and did her cleaning. Her angels then took the basket, held it out at arm's length, and ignited the basket in a burst of pure silver-violet energy. The angels explained to Jane that they had just transmuted the energy back into its purest form. The energy now could then be requalified to enhance her life in a more positioned direction. As the energy dispersed, Jane could feel a margin of improvement within her health. Each day, Jane began to work with her angels. They cleared more and more debris. Each time, Jane felt better and better. Her doctors could not believe the progress or what was causing improvement. They just shook their heads and said, "Whatever is happening, keep it up. We certainly were not helping you medically." Jane just smiled. The last of the closet was cleared, and Jane felt a little sad. Her angels let her know that the closet would always be there, and from time to time it would need to be cleared. They told her it is better to clear it as it happens instead of allowing all the trauma, drama, and emotional pains to accumulate. Jane agreed. The angels further let her know that, with her permission, they would like to help whenever there was something she would like help with. Jane smiled and was so relieved. She did not want to be without them again. Or so she thought to herself as she smiled. My beautiful beings of light, how many of you have not cleaned out your closet or even done so recently? Perhaps it is time to start. Would you not think so? Here is a meditation for you, so that you can begin this process for yourself. With your permission, I will accompany you. Find a quiet spot where you will not be disturbed for a while. You may either sit down or lie down. Cover your physical self with a light blanket if you chill easily. Invite in at this moment all that you would have join you on this journey. In your imagination, request through prayer to the Creator to send you down a protective ray of white light by saying, "My Creator, I ask for a protective ray of white light to enfold me and lift me up so that I may experience the very highest of vibration during this journey into my most inner depth of understanding and being. I desire to protect myself from anything that is not for my highest good on this journey. I thank you, Creator, for assisting me by sending this ray that is now coming down through the corner of the room and entering into this physical form. It is permeating all my levels, dimensions, and aspects. The Creator has gifted you with a white ray and a green ray for this journey. The rays are entering into your body through the soles of your feet and moving up through your physical vessel, permeating throughout all your energy fields. They are expanding out further into all corners of the room, where you are, then exiting through your crown chakra. The rays are returning to the Creator and cycling back down through you again and back to the Creator in a circular motion. You are now divinely protected, and nothing can even communicate with you that is not for your highest good without your permission at this moment. We ask you further to direct your ego self to perch on your left shoulder at this moment and instruct your ego self that this is only as an observer on this journey. Breathe in deeply, my beautiful beings of light, and feel the lighter, relaxed feelings of being divinely guided into this adventure. Breathe in deeply and allow and see within your imagination your grander essence self join you and take your etheric hand to guide you into your heart chakra. Your grander essence self, accompanied by your angels, guides, and special invited guests, are now within your heart chakra. And as you locate and turn the doorknob of the door that says, "To my highest guidance within," you cross over the threshold. You find yourself and your entourage in a white marble corridor. Way down the hall, not close to any other doors, and to your right you find this door marked, "My inner storage closet." Your angels confirm for you that this is the door to your innermost hidden secrets, fears, stuffed emotions, hurts, unresolved grief, trauma, rejection, dramas. The list is unlimited as to what the content holds. Your angels communicate to you and ask you to see if any debris from this cluttered place could be trickling out from underneath the door around the hinges. Is this closet of yours a hideous, smelly thing filled with old, decaying emotional baggage? For those that find themselves overwhelmed by the contents, ask your angels to help you know where to start. Your angels produce the basket for you to place your contents in as you begin your trash removal. Shed tears if you need to, my beloveds. This is very old stuff that has been with you a very long time. Allow yourself to feel the emotions as if you're looking at an incident from the corner of the room, not re-experiencing the actual drama that was involved that this lesson brought. Then place the contents in a basket. You pick up each piece and acknowledge the content and the lessons that it brought you. You place it in the basket, then you pick up another piece, acknowledge its content and the lessons it had for you, and place it in the basket. You continue at such a time as your angels request for you to stop, or you decide to stop for the session. When stopping, always confirm the next date to begin working on the balance of the contents. You hand the baskets back to the angels. They extend each basket to arm's length and ignite the basket into silver-violet flame. You see the negative energy dissipate right in front of your spiritual eyes. As the energy is cleared, you feel yourself becoming lighter and more focused. The angels let you know that each time you release something that no longer serves your highest good, you will feel the sensation. This really makes a difference you sense within yourself. You smile and your angels smile back. Your angels want to know if you want to refresh yourself now in your emerald healing pool. They tell you that when doing this, much releasing a soak in the tub might be very soothing and relaxing to you. You decide to take a dip, so you guide you back down the hall to another doorway that leads you to your crystal palace. Because of your emotionally drained status due to releasing so much at one time, the angels have transported you to the Emerald Healing Room directly. You go behind the screen and find your bathing suit, slip it on, and walk down the Emerald Healing Pool steps, easing into the water gradually with each step down. Water feels so refreshing, and you float on your back, allowing any stress or other emotions to finish clearing here. Your angels tell you just to see the residue draining into the water where it is immediately transmuted. Close your eyes and just soak here for a while. Then, when you are ready, ask your angel assistance to guide you back. Your angels are transporting you back into the white marble corridor now. They guide you back over the threshold into your heart chakra. From the heart chakra, they guide you back into your body. When you are ready, wiggle your fingers and your toes and open your eyes. Reground a few minutes, my beloved, before going about your day. My beautiful beings of light, how do you feel? When one allows themselves to get in this kind of fix, it takes a bit of work to resolve and clear all that no longer serves your highest good and the good of all concerned. You are so very loved, it is very painful to watch when one doesn't take care of their beingness. I share my peace with you and send you such indescribable love. I am Archangel Michael, the Creator's messenger of love, joy, wisdom, light, peace, and grace. Meditation journal questions. What did your angels urge you to do, and how did this make you feel? Are there any particular pieces of stuff that you transmuted that you want to make note of here? Were you shocked by anything you saw within your closet? Did things come up that we're not even aware of? Did you hear your angels nudge you to listen before you read this message? Exercise. Speak to the universe in dispersing negative energies. Beloved ones, one way to really disperse negative energies from your various energy fields is to make a loud vocal sound like POW! This exercise will be a continuation of more releasing, and with each line use sound to impact the negative energies with the word NOW. This really puts your intent out there. My beautiful beings of light, so this is not just a time to be shy. Find some place where you can be as loud as you desire to work with the below affirmations. I am releasing all past, present, and future feelings of scarcity, lack, and abandonment now. I am releasing all past, present, and future feelings of emotional betrayal and victimization now. I am releasing all past, present, and future feelings of hurt and rejection now. I am releasing all past, present, and future feelings of shame, guilt, and unworthiness now. I am releasing all past, present, and future feelings of all doubt now. I am releasing all past, present, and future feelings of the fear now. I am releasing negativity from all my energy fields now. I am releasing all vision of violence from my energy field now. I am releasing all needs to have others approve of my actions now. I am releasing all necessity to approve of others now. I am releasing all past, present, and future judgments that I have made now. I am releasing the need to hold tightly to material things now. I am releasing all past, present, and future images of security as defined by money now. I am releasing my ego, lower self, to allow for the emergence of my higher guidance now. I am releasing all that no longer serves my highest good now. And so it is. And so it is. Opening the lotus blossom. Beautiful, beloved beings of light, what a glorious creator-filled moment this is. The winds of change are all around you, blowing in all directions. But you are holding on to what you believe, and this is as it should be. We are so very proud of you for walking your path. Remember to go within and ask for guidance when the path becomes rocky or you feel lost or alone. Your guidance awaits you within. Your angels await your every request and invitation. The Creator desires me to tell you how very dearly you are loved, my beloved beings of light. You are so very precious and desiring of all good things. Remind yourself regularly that when you take an O out of good, you spell God, and that is appropriate to remember. The other side of the polarity scale that humans associate with good is wrong. A reminder, my warriors of light, that when you rearrange the letters within wrong, you have the word grown. Growth is what you do when a selection has been made that was not for your highest God. Remembering and learning happens within the growth stage of your life. Our message this moment has to do with growth and awareness. For this message, we are going to take you back before your incarnation and then bring you part of the way forward to trigger your awareness. The messages that are channeled here, my beloveds, are actually done on multiple levels. In other words, there is more to each message than physical human words. They speak to all levels of your beingness. So on some level, this information is being absorbed and utilized by your total beingness. It is for all of you that you are. Prior to your incarnation on this earth plane, before you donned your physical body of matter, you appeared as a gossamer light essence. You were unbounded and unlimited in all ways. You followed your inner guidance to the letter and had additional advisors to assist should you have questions or need a moment of direction. The Creator was always there, and you spoke with the Creator constantly. You were surrounded with eternal, unconditional love. There was no other feeling necessary. You communicated in tone, sound, light, and color. Words were not something that were needed. It was unnecessary. You floated to and fro and lived each moment to the very fullest in the ways that you determined you wanted to do. You were constantly making plans to evolve to the next rung as each opportunity presented itself for further growth and development. Creating was a primary act for you, and you did it beautifully. Many were going to this place called planet Earth to experience and learn new things. At first, it wasn't something you really desired to do, but later on it became of interest when you saw the level of growth steps that were achieved by those that had been on the Earth plane experience. The escalation of your learning was of interest to you, so you made the decision to try the Earth plane at least one time to see what you thought. You visited with the Creator and asked for counsel and direction. You sought out your advisor for their assistance. You knew all the parameters of the decision. You talked to your friends and spiritual family about their experiences with incarnation. And you decided to try this experience. You sat down with your advisors at a large spiritual planning table, laid out the plans for the events and experience that you desired to try. This was a very lengthy process, mapping out an entire lifetime, moment by moment. With each of its experiences, characters, and actions, this was called your contract. You next called in friends and spiritual family members and also wanted to incarnate. You requested their help in playing the various roles that you had depicted within this life mapping. Some roles were to be pleasant experience and many not pleasant. Your goal was for maximum growth opportunities that would be achieved through this life plan. Many adverse experiences would need to be added to your experience bank to achieve the level of growth that was desired by you upon your re-entry back on this side of the veil. You knowingly told you that each experience would add depth, compassion, and understanding, and this is what you desired. Your friends and spiritual family were not really overjoyed by the roles that they were requested of them, but they loved you unconditionally and knew that each experience would add great learning to your glorious gossamer light essence. It would allow you to move up many steps on the spiral, which is the goal that you desire to achieve. Each asked for you to remember that when they were in character and did such horrible things to you, please forgive them. They asked you to remember that they loved you so dearly to have even participated at all in this earth-like experience that you had planned out for yourself. They told you that it was the highest act of their unconditional love that they could ever share with you. You hugged each with great gratitude and thanked them. You told them they would remember and you would accept their request for forgiveness if they would accept yours for even asking them to participate. They agreed that each would forgive the other. The parting of the higher planning session had ended. The next steps were to find the appropriate man and women within the earth plane to become your earth plane parents. After searching through the entire planet, you found the two that would best provide you with the experience that you had laid out within your plan. Remembering that the highest spiritual growth possible was the criteria of the experiences selected. You called a meeting with the highest guidance within as they slept peacefully, seemingly unaware of the negotiations. They agreed to the experience that they were to take place and the learning that would accompany these experiences on all sides, not just yours. They understood the negatives, and the positive nothing was left without agreement on all sides. The moment was decided and agreed upon for your entrance into the earth plane world of matter. The parents-elect went through their procreation process having no remembrance of their agreement. When the appropriate time was right, you were placed into biology and began donning your human cloak of matter within the wombs. At first you were no thing, and then there was a cell of matter, and it divided and grew from the point into the human embryo form. It was amazing for you to watch yourself grow cell by cell. Each cell carried all the directions it needed to create all that was needed for each step of the growth. The mother supplied the nutrients that helped sustain this process. Her biology knew just what was needed for this growth process, so the combined unison of all the cellular efforts created more and more of you in matter form within each moment. My beloveds, some of you might have questions as to when the actual moment of human life was experienced. The answer is, from the moment they agreed upon date of your arrival into the density of the earth plane began, was the moment that the process of formation within the womb began. My beautiful beings of light, since you were really in existence prior to this growth of matter that is interpreted as an embryo beginning, you always were, just as you will always be even after your date of passing from this earth plane. Some might ask, what about miscarriage and abortion? My dearest ones, these two are planned and agreed upon. The same happens if perhaps for some reason a mother decides she can't go through with this contract, or the baby decides it cannot go through with this contract. In these cases, the higher selves are communicating, and these agreements are reached and contracts are canceled. There is no blame, judgment, or guilt associated with these decisions. Each knows what is appropriate for themselves deep inside. Your guardian angels, guides, and spiritual family are always with you. They never leave you, so you are never alone. Beloveds, although as you come down into this density, the veil of forgetfulness was placed over your spiritual eyes. This forgetfulness allows you to experience that which you planned and laid out as if you had experienced it for the first time. In many cases, if the veil had not been there, you would have returned immediately. The life experiences that you laid out for yourself were so difficult that you would not have wanted to stay. In so many cases, it is very difficult for us to watch as you walk through each trial that you establish for yourself. We honor you for your courage and await your invitation to assist you with your growth. When the time of physical birth arrives, we were there cheering you on, just as we were cheering you on when the Creator brought you forth into life within this universe of creation. Many ask, what about birth challenges and disabilities? These two, my beautiful beings of light, are within the contract that you laid out for yourself, just as a disease might be the plan at a particular point in your life. An interesting point here is to understand that until the point of physical birth, you were your own person within the water world, but it was not without outside influence. You reacted to what was going on with your biological mother. If she felt trauma, so did you. If she heard gunshots and experienced fear, it was passed directly to you. If she felt disgust for the wee one she carried, you felt her rejection. In turn, if she truly treasured this experience, you felt her love and relished every moment of it. Missing the ever-constant flow of love and higher vibrational frequency were the first experience you recognized as really tough to deal with, floating down into this density field. You stepped into this part of the play, dear ones, and immediately began the programming process of humanity. It starts within the first moment for you, taking in all that is around you even before your physical presence outside the mother's womb. Within the first year, you feel as though you are somewhat still in control of yourself, as you are left to sleep and play. But in truth, you began the process of taking on the belief systems of all those you associate with. Each year of growth deepens your programming further and further into the density that you find yourself in today. To open the lotus blossom and see who you really are requires the shedding of all this programming one moment at a time that you have been gathering since your descent into the earth plane. Your intention towards this process of releasing is paramount, for your remembrance and spiritual awareness are the saving grace that you are seeking. The clearing brings peace and clarity that slowly begin to dissolve the veil. That is why, my beautiful warriors of light, that your releasing exercise and meditations are so needed. You have seen through this birth process that you start from the moment you float down into the density prior to physical inception, that it begins weighing you down, and this weight of matter can only be released with clearing. With your permission, join me on another meditative adventure. Find a quiet space where you'll not be disturbed. Lie down or sit, whatever is more comfortable for you. Instruct your ego self to perch on your left shoulder. He will only be an observer. Request your highest presence to join and merge with your beingness. Invite your angels and guides to join you and the others that you desire to invite to do so at this time. Request in the form of a prayer to the Creator. My beloved Creator, please send down a ray of protective white light to surround me, and all areas within this space to protect me as I journey into meditation. Thank you, my Creator, for this beautiful ray. The Creator hears your request within your imagination. See the ray of white light complemented by a ray of emerald green coming down from the corner of the room. It is entering your physical vessel through the soles of your feet, completely filling the physical form and exiting out through the crown chakra. From the crown chakra, it returns to the Creator and then returns to you in a circular motion. You are now divinely protected, and nothing can even communicate with you without your permission. Your angels and guides are motioning for your light essence to come with them while leaving your physical vessel in the company of one of your guardian angels. They direct you into the heart chakra, and there you see the golden door within your imagination that says, "To your highest guidance within." You turn the door handle, cross over the threshold, find yourself in a white marble corridor. You see many forms of doorways, escalators, elevators, and all types of conveyance systems. There is a beautiful large butterfly sitting on the table in front of the mirror, exercising its wings. It waves to you with one of its legs and communicates with you via telepathy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It has been so long since we last saw you. You smile and thank the butterfly for its greeting. Your angels enjoy your response and give you a huge angel hug. They direct you to a hallway that really is a rainbow tunnel. You step into the tunnel and can feel the colors playing with you as you follow the angels walking with you. You laugh as the colors are tickling you. You stop within the color that feels the most appealing and just enjoy it for a moment. Remember the color, and upon return, look up to see what message it has for you. The tunnel appears to be crossing over several connected cloud banks. You really can't see much. You reach the end of the tunnel and step out of a pink cloud that is bouncy and fluffy. You realize when you do this and you really are no longer walking, you are floating. You float to a bench that appears to be waiting for you. Your angels are gathering around you and assuring you that you are waiting for a very special visitor. They want you to have some questions ready for this visitor. You begin composing questions in your mind to talk over with this entity. You are busy working through what you want to discuss when you feel a pressure on both sides of your shoulder blades. Your head turns and you get up from your seated position. There in front of you is your very special guest. You know instantly who this is, and tears of joy and remembrance are rolling down your face. This entity takes you in their embrace and says how much they have missed you and how much they loved you. They direct you to sit back down on the bench, and they sit next to you. They hold you and ask for you to share with them your questions. You talk and talk, seems like for hours. Each point is clarified for you and explained. You sense a real relief and deep peace. Your visitor tells you it is time to return now, but reminds you you can come back whenever you like, since you now have remembered the way. You part, but realize it is not a sad parting. You have found what you thought you were missing. You know that this source is always with you and has always been. You had just forgotten. Your angels and guides direct you back through the rainbow tunnel. This time a different color seems to appeal to you. You realize that you have found a new piece of awareness that has stimulated this change within yourself. You find yourself back in the white marble corridor. The butterfly has been joined by its friend the dragonfly. They both wish you a glorious day and to return soon. You open the golden door, cross back over the threshold into your heart chakra. Back into your physical vessel has been waiting for your return. Wiggle your fingers and your toes and allow yourself to reorient and ground before going about your day. How do you feel, beloveds? You are so very dearly loved, my beautiful beings of light, and remember this always. I am Archangel Michael, the Creator's messenger of love, joy, wisdom, light, peace, and grace. Some meditation journal questions. What did you think you were missing? What did your angels talk to you about? Who was your visitor during this session? What questions did you ask them? Now that you are back, are there questions you want to make notes of to ask next time? Exercise. Speak to the universe in I am ascending affirmations. Going up, my beautiful beings of light? Ascension can be a confusing issue if one is not understanding what is meant by this term. Ascension is the raising of one's vibration higher and higher into the ethers as you let go of negativities and all those things that no longer serve your highest good and the good of all concerned. Beloved, say these affirmations each morning upon arising and see if they don't assist your day in a more positive direction. I am ascending from limitation into infinite potentiality. I am ascending from fear into total faith. I am ascending from judgment into tolerance and acceptance. I am ascending from lack into total abundance. I am ascending from ugliness into divine beauty. I am ascending from doubt into allowance of spirit. I am ascending from mortal change into divine release. I am ascending from hurt into divine grace. I am ascending from lack of compassion into the opening of my spiritual heart. I am ascending from my old self into the remembrance and celebrating the return of my highest self. I am that I am, and so it is. Under construction. Welcome, my beautiful beings of light. The Creator has gifted you with this fine moment in the now. We are so pleased that you have come to join us in this message. Noelle, as I call Carolyn Ann, the channel, has been reading her morning email and noting things forwarded to her regarding this special astrological event or that Egyptian calendar meaning. Those that are on their spiritual path are receiving similar messages from all types of sources. There are etheric energy infusion notifications like date reminders and numbers like 1111, repetitive series of numbers that you are experiencing. They act as energized mild markers and alerts that you have placed for yourself. These are your wake-up calls and etheric crystal reminders that you have placed along your path, if you will, to check your progress and make alterations or select a different fork in the road. These are alerting you as well as all the Creator's etheric staff to record how much you have grown since your last evolutionary steps. It is very much like parents having their child stand next to a yardstick or wall, placing a mark to show their physical growth of their child. These are special times you are in, beloveds, and there is much to remember and much to do to prepare you for your next step. You wanted to remind yourselves that you needed to stop for a moment and reflect on this particular set of instructions, or that number series, to see if you recognize and are following what you set out for yourself prior to your incarnation within this earth plane. For some, it is research to remember what the message is telling you. For others, it is just a knowing. Perhaps that is why you invented a calendar and clocks for yourself as reminders or benchmarks. You mark your birth date, your special days of remembrance, along with your major life steps to give thanks and see what has been. My warriors of light, what I would like to remind you is that what has been in history, it is in past. It is not the driver of the car, but only the road in the rearview mirror that is left behind. Once you reflect upon the moment and check your progress, it is time to return your thinking to the now, the road ahead, the present moment. The road in the rearview mirror has no power over you unless you give it such. You see whether or not you recognize it if you are constantly under construction, not only on the etheric levels, but on the physical level as well. Your bodies are constantly generating new cells and tissue and discarding the old. You may not have thought of it, these terms, but you are in a state of renewal at all time. It is only the human thinking side of you that seems to get stuck in repeating the same routine or lesson over and over because you've forgotten that you are a new entity in each moment. You have a constant, fresh slate ready to be written on in each moment. All that must be done, beloved, is to remember to allow yourself to change in each moment. Place your intent to let it be so, and then change what you will. You are creating parts of your experience as you go. Your plans that you created for yourself, my beautiful beings of light, prior to your incarnation within the earth plane, define your experience that you wanted to have. Your actions and reactions further broaden and add deeper dimensions to what you are experiencing each moment and now. The question to ask yourself, my beloved, is how can I make this the most positive experience that I can have? The first step is to recognize that you have the choice to define whether you want this moment to go with ease and grace or struggle and pain. The second step is to understand that you may ask for assistance from the Creator, your guides, angels, and spiritual family to walk with you in each moment. There is no limit to the amount of assistance you can have, my warriors of light. If you want constant assistance, please ask and allow it to be so. There is no shortage of etheric assistance to go around. There are no limits here. The third step is to open yourself to allow and accept the assistance for whatever is for your highest good. Then receive and thank those assisting you for their help. The best thing about this approach is that it can be instantaneous and done with a blink of an eye. It only requires intent for it to be so. If, my beautiful beings of light, you are selecting struggle and pain, ask yourself, what is causing you to make this choice? And begin listening to those answers within yourself. You deserve all good things, my beloveds. It is so very difficult for us to watch you in such pain. It is even harder for those within the earth plane to watch because they do not have a glimpse of the master blueprint as we do. Looking at the bigger picture helps to view what was set in place by your choices before you descended into this body of matter. Your potentials are infinite. Your selected planned experiences, my beloveds, were tough to begin with. Many of you have created very hard lives. Your choice was to maximize your evolutionary growth through this walk within this incarnation. Adding struggle and pain on top of these planned experiences is what is occurring in so many of your lives. Your remembrance of the Creator's love and wanting only what is for your highest good is a major key in your selection of what is happening in your lives now. The remembrance that you are not this physical body is partly what is needed here to begin making the changes so necessary to your present journey. My beautiful beings of light, we are planting the seeds here. We are asking you to begin asking yourself the questions and listening to your own most perfect answers. You are so very dearly loved, my beloveds. Do not allow yourself to stay wrapped in such loneliness and despair. The experiences are there for you to walk through, but all you have to do is choose to walk through them with ease and grace, and it will be so. With your permission, let's take a moment in meditation. Find a quiet spot where you'll not be disturbed. If your body chills, throw a light cover on. Invite your guides, angels, spiritual family, all that you want to accompany you on this adventure. In your imagination, see them all around you. Visualize each one. Thank them for coming. Give them a big hug. In a mental prayer or vocally if desired, ask the Creator to send you down a white ray of protective light. Visualize the Creator's response with a ray of white light and a gift from the Creator of an added purple ray coming down from the corner of the room. Both rays are entering your beingness to the soles of your feet. The rays are traveling up through your beingness, completely filling all with light. The beingness is now completely saturated, and the rays spill out and completely permeate all part of the location that you are in. The rays exit through your crown chakra and return to the Creator in a circulation motion from the Creator through you back to the Creator again. You are now divinely protected, and only those things that are for your highest good can even communicate with you now without your permission. Ask your ego self to perch on your left shoulder at this time. Instruct them that it will be only an observer on this journey, and know that it is so. Your guardian angels are next to your physical form. One will stay with it as the other leads the way into the heart chakra. You enter your heart chakra, and in your imagination you see the golden door that says, "To your highest guidance within." You turn the handle and cross the threshold into the white marble corridor. Within the white marble corridor you see all forms of conveyance, elevators, escalators, stairs, ladders. They are infinite. Your angel guides you are the rainbow-covered walkway. As you walk within the rainbow walkway, the colors playfully follow you. The walkway exits at a steep mountain that stands majestically with its peak covered in the clouds. You notice no stairs or way to scale the mountain. You turn questioningly to your angel. The angels instruct you that to state your intent to ascend the mountain, and to place all concerns and troubles within the basket on each side of the walkway. You begin to place each concern and trouble in the basket. You notice that with each one you begin to ascend. You laugh because you are now floating. You place more and more into the baskets and get higher and higher and higher. You are now passing through the clouds and can see where it is that you are going. As you place the last concern in the basket, one of the angels is volunteering to return the baskets to the walkway entrance. They tell you that you may pick up all your deposited issues if you desire to do so upon your return. You are now standing at the plateau on the peak of the mountain and see before you a crystal palace. The lights are refracting all the colors and is beautiful, brilliant to behold. There is a path that has so many plants and trees gracing it, most of which you have never seen before. There are also white animals strolling about that you have never seen before. All are sending you loving, welcome mental communications. You are now at the entrance to the crystal palace. You notice golden posts on each side of the golden door. These posts are filled with all the names that you have ever been given. For those that are ready to see this, take a moment and see how many names you can read. Many may be in symbols. Those that are not yet ready to do but concerned, these remembrance will come when the appropriate moment in now presents itself. As you finish looking at the columns, you now gaze up at the golden door. There is a nameplate on the door. You walk up and recognize it as you and smile. You turn the door handle and cross the threshold. There you see all the color light refractions bouncing all over the space. You walk and stand in whatever cloud is drawing you and see how that feels. This is fun, and you think and walk to another. The feeling is very different from one color to the next. The angels motion to you to come with them. They tell you that since you have now remembered the way, that you can return and learn more about the colors at a different time. You see before you a large room with many, many doors. Some of the doors are open, some are not. They motion for you and you begin to walk down the long hall and notice that this section is still under construction. You turn and ask the angel what is happening here. They relay to you that you are always in a growth mode and this construction is part of your new growth. They tell you that each time you visit, you will probably see new construction and parts that are completed, waiting for you to explore and experience them. Each section, door, cabinet, and drawer they impart to you helps you remember who you are and what your mission is. You keep going and then turn the corner into what appears a much older section. There to your right is a door that has dust and cobwebs all around it, as it has not been entered. The door is marked Your Planned Experiences. Your angels turn the handle, the door swings open wide. You see a room filled with dusty, huge old books, charts, and maps. In the center of the counter there is a book in progress. You watch as the book is being written in as you watch it. The angels explain that each thing is noted and recorded here. There is nothing missing, they tell you. You ask what the plan is that you made before you came into this incarnation. They direct you to a large compartment shelf. They tell you that each of your incarnation has a compartment. They tell you that only your current lifetime, however, will be made available to you on this journey. They ask you to sit in a special, comfortable old rocking chair. The angels then pull down the scroll document that is your current incarnation plan. You will only be able to see where you are to date, the angels tell you. The balance of the document for those who are ready to see will appear blank. Some of you may not be ready for this step, so therefore you will see nothing. Please understand that when you are ready, this information will present itself to you again. Do not strain to see, for all is visible when the appropriate moment in now presents itself, and not until. For those that are ready at this time, the angels tell you that what you are about to see may be difficult, but understand that you have already walked through the experience. You may feel as though you are watching yourself on a movie screen. You are not being asked to relive these moments, only watch them as an observer, and relate them what is happening to yourself in this present incarnation. The angels tell you that you have been wrapped in extra layers of love, and all that you have invited are surrounding you. They tell you that the only one is judging these experiences, that the etheric realm has no capacity to judge, only observe. They sit next to you and open the document. There you begin to view what each experience was to be, and then what actually was the final completed moment. As you go through each one, you see, as the angels point out, that the original experience was quite different than what the completed moment was about. Some are very similar. They show you others that are very different. The differences they remind you are the selections that you made. You see that others are involved here, but the final outcome is hinged upon your choice of action or reaction. Even those very hard experiences that were within the plan showed that the outcome could have been very different if a positive intent to walk through them with ease and grace had been selected, instead of one laced with pain, suffering, and struggle. You view a very difficult scene, and the angels wrap you tighter in their love and tell you that you are only the observer here as you finish that moment. When you sense that it's time to return, the angels ask what you have learned as they re-roll the document and return to its proper place. You tell them that you were seeing and sensing what this journey was all about. Your choices of action and how you have selected to react to each moment was very visible to you here. You understand this now. You give your intention to allow the balance of this incarnation to be with ease and grace, and to ask for assistance and company to walk through all your planned experiences from henceforward. You know that you are not this human physical form, and you are the prime one responsible for all your outcomes. You have a sense of relief and expanded awareness that will never leave you. You understand that only the human judges. You also understand that you've planned some very difficult experiences, but you have a choice of walking through them with ease and grace, or the hard way with struggling, suffering, and pain. You have now seen the difference. You shake your head and tell the angel that hindsight is so very helpful and thank them. You do not want to make the same decisions going forward. The angels and all your invited guests give you a huge hug, and you walk back to the point of descent. The angels take both your hands, one angel on each side, as you gently glide back to the entrance of the rainbow crosswalk. They hold up the baskets, and you select not to accept back your sorrows, hurt, and worries that you placed in them. They smile and throw the baskets into the air as they are immediately burst into transmuted light form, requalified and returning the energies of the issues back to perfection. The angels guide you back through the rainbow crosswalk, and you feel so much better. You feel a weight removed from your shoulders and can sense the positive outcome you have vowed to select from henceforward. You find yourself back in the white marble corridor. You see your reflection in the mirror over the table located at the end of the corridor, next to the entrance back in your heart chakra. It is glowing with a golden purple light that is magnificent. You turn the handle, cross back over the threshold, and return to your physical form. You wiggle your fingers and toes, and when you are ready, open your eyes. Allow yourself to ground and reorient before going about your day. You have been on a tremendous journey, and the physical form needs time to properly reintegrate. My beautiful beings of light, you have learned much about yourself on this journey. We love you more than any earthly word can ever describe. Walk in peace and know that you have now selected ease and grace. Allow yourself to smile each time you think about this experience. You have a long journey ahead of you. You are needed to hold the light and guide those following you. I am Archangel Michael, the Creator's messenger of love, joy, wisdom, light, peace, and grace. Meditation Journal Questions. What did you see within your plans? What did you see under construction? Any experiences that you saw that you want to make note of? Did you make the decision to select ease and grace? What other doors did you see labels on? What other doors caught your attention so you can visit them next time? Did you notice any of your names on the golden post? Did you see any symbols on the post that you want to make note of? A spiritual family reunion. This moment is but a moment, beautiful beings of light, that is connected to all the miracles that are waiting to unfold before your beloveds. Can you not feel the sheer energy of wonder emerging within your own being? We see that your lights do nothing but grow brighter and brighter. We see you awakening very much like the glorious butterflies' emergence from within their cocoons. You have been sleeping for many eons. The precise moment that each decides to emerge is so vastly interesting. Ponder for a moment with us, beautiful warriors of light, what led you down this road. What inner voice have you been listening to all this time to tell you whether to take the right or left fork in the road? What special remembrance has dawned that has drawn you to these words? How many have found special groups with similar journeys that they enjoy meditating and traveling with? How did you each meet and decide that you wish to travel together? Some decide to journey alone, others have found company, but all in truth are working individually. No two have the same mission, no two are ever the same, and therefore no two will hold the identical vision. That, my beautiful beings of light, is how the Creator desired to create each of you. Just as each snowflake is different, so too are you all different. This is within the divine blueprint, each with his or her own part that no other can play. Does this surprise anyone? Within the angelic realms it is the same. Each angelic essence has specific missions and special areas of expertise. Within each of you lies the special keys and codes that unlock the vast storehouse of your past memories and achievements. Your present missions are within their areas of remembrance. The keys and codes, beloveds, may not be literal in your interpretation, for this earth plane language is not anything close to how the universe really communicates with you. The universe speaks to you in light, sound, tone, and color, and it might surprise some of you that the Creator speaks to you directly. The Creator's messengers are used also, but the Creator speaks to the you that you really are directly. This does not mean that the Creator cannot speak to the human essence as well, for if communication is desired, it can be achieved, and the human ear can be made to hear the message. The Creator speaks constantly to the higher guidance within. Many of you have had visions or glimpses of this communication, perhaps within your sleep or during your meditation. Have you had a vision of very rapid transmission of symbols, codes, pictures, colors, sounds, or flashes of light? This, my beloved, is the Creator providing instruction and information to your highest consciousness, your higher self. For those who have not had this remembrance or experience, it isn't that you are not being communicated with. You are just not cognizant of this communication yet, or your communication might be in another format. Each receives what is appropriate. The other piece that is being passed along here, dear ones, is that you probably will not be able to interpret the messages that are passing between the Creator and your higher guidance within. Do not become despondent if this occurs. The instructions and messages will be very clear within the appropriate moment and now. Your highest guidance within will step down this data into how you are to perceive it. If you should miss the data the first time, beloveds, rest assured that the information will be presented again and again until the meaning has become quite clear. That is why, beautiful beings of light, you have to repeat lessons many times before you've missed the information or data the first go-around. As you all become more in tune and your awareness expands, you will be repeating these experiences less and less. You will be drawing towards you only those things that are for your highest good and the good of all concerned. Invite your angels and guides to assist you in this process. Ask for assistance in clearing your spiritual ears, eyes, and heart, so that you will hear and respond to the information the first time. It is far less painful this way, dear ones. The pain that you put yourselves through, beautiful beings of light, is very difficult for us to watch. We can only help when invited, and so many of you wait for such a long time to finally allow us to help you. Please ask for help. We are here to help. There is no situation too small or circumstance too uninvolved. We are here awaiting your invitation, and please let us help you. We wrap our angelic presence around you and share our peace with you. We will assist and wipe away your tears when invited and asked, beloveds. The way to awareness and awakening is much easier, beloved beings of light, when we walk the path together. The Creator is on one side. The angelic presence and vast numbers for most of you are on the other side, and your spiritual family, guides, and spiritual physicians are all around you. You are never alone, dear ones, never. If you could but see all that walk beside you, you would never be afraid again. Even though your physical vision cannot detect our presence, never doubt it, for we are here. Let us meditate together. This is a very special journey that may surprise you. Beloveds, should you find yourself sleepy during any meditation, do not worry. The message that is to be imparted will be communicated to the appropriate level and dimension of the you that you really are. There is never a message that is missed within the higher realms. For those that are new to meditation, we impart the following. As we describe the journey, we would have you in your imagination view this as you would have created it. There is no right or wrong vision that is to be had here. It is the experience and multi-level message that is to be imparted in these sessions. That is the key here, for you are receiving information on more than one level of awareness, beloveds. Find a quiet space, one where you'll be not disturbed for a while. Lie or sit down. Ask your angel guides and all that you desire to accompany you on this quest of remembrance to join you now. Instruct your ego self to sit on your left shoulder. Instruct the ego self that it will be only an observer on this adventure, and know that it is so. You sense that you are ready and ask the Creator to send down a beam of protective white light. The Creator hears your request, and in your mind's eye, envision this beam of light coming down from the corner of the room. The Creator has sent a beam of white and a beam of lavender light for this journey. The beams of light are entering through the soles of your feet, raising up to your legs, hips, torsos, arm, neck, head, and out your crown chakra. The beams are going back up to the Creator and coming back down to you in a circular motion. Your body is completely permeated now, and the lights are radiating out from your body, filling all the area that you are in, and further still filling all the outside areas where you are. You are divinely protected and safe now, and only those things that you give your permission to can even disturb you now. One of your angels is staying with your physical vessel as we continue on this journey together. I will accompany you with our permission. We begin by going into your heart chakra, and there you will see a golden door marked to your highest guidance within. You turn the door handle and cross over the threshold. You find yourself in a white marble corridor. There is a table with a golden bird cage. The bird is sitting on the top of the cage, singing at the top of its little lungs, welcoming you back. You see a vase with a single flower on the table. Remember the flower, the color, and the bird, and on your return, look up their meanings. There is a message for you there. You see a golden ladder to your right, an elevator next to it, an escalator next to that, a door next to it, and next to the door you see what appears to be a spiral in continual upward motion. Your angels and your guides are motioning you toward the spiral. You watch as they step quickly onto the rung and begin their upward ascent. You do the same and find this a very pleasant sensation. You feel your body becoming lighter and lighter. As you are rising, you see below the area where your physical body and angel are residing. You are continuing to rise now to see the city, town, and village where you were. Then you see the earth below as a greenish blue ball growing smaller as you rise further on the spiral into space. You see above you an approaching pink cloud mass, and this appears to be the exit point. You see your angel and guides showing you how to hop off the spiral. You hop off and see before you incredible vistas of mountains and meadows. Rainbows are just everywhere. The spiral is next to a green meadow and has the path to follow. You notice that you don't even have to walk to floating. Just think where you want to go and you are there. The angels are giggling at you, for this seems to be quite a shock to you. You enjoy playing with this new sensation for a moment or two. The angels motion you to follow them. They tell you that you will journey for a while along this path towards the high mountain peak. As you float along the path, you notice all types of foliage and flowers that you've never seen before. Off to the right, you spot what appears to be a cottontail bunny. However, this bunny is much larger and is lavender in color. The bunny senses that you have spotted and comes over to you. You ask its permission to touch its soft lavender fur, and the bunny finds it's very amusing but agrees. This is the softest fur you've ever touched. You stroke the bunny's ears and tell it that you love it. You look around at yourself and wonder, where is this coming from? This is not something that would even interest you in your old human state of consciousness. The bunny smiles and telepathically tells you that it loves you too and nuzzles you with its soft pink nose. It decides it's been petted enough and hops away. You continue floating on the path and notice many, many animals that I've never seen before. They are very interesting, colorful, and graceful. You enjoy their grace and their lack of fear. Then you smile to yourself and ask yourself, why would they be afraid of, and why would I be afraid that there is nothing here that can hurt me without my permission? Your party is coming to a bridge, and at the entrance there is a large white angel holding a basket. The angel tells you to place all of your worries and concerns in the basket, and you do so. You feel lighter still. You cross the bridge and see what looks like a camp circle. There are golden benches all in a circle, and in the center is a silver-violet flame burning. The angels and guides direct you to walk in the silver-violet flame, and you do so. They explain that the flames will not hurt you, and you will feel cooling and soothing. This flame, they impart, is for clearing all the things that no longer serve you. You enjoy the flame and then notice that the flame changes to pure silver and white when it is time for you to step out. Angels tell you to sit on one of the golden benches, and you do so. They ask you, what do you see? You look around and see no thing. They say, look again. As you look again, you notice that your inner eyes are now starting to focus, and you see a glimpse of white mist all around the circle. The mist is forming shapes. The angels tell you that the shapes are for your comfort and ease of presence, only just like the shapes that they take to communicate with you. They remind you that whatever way your eye sees them, that is how they appear to you, so that your fear level will not block the experience. The focus is clear, and there before you are hundreds of people. You know that you don't recognize any of them with your eyes, but your senses are telling you that you know all these people very well. You are feeling their love energy for you and know that these people have been in your life since your original spiritual creation. Your angels and guides confirm that this is your spiritual family. They are here to remind you that it is time for your awareness of them once again. You shake your head in disbelief. You sense a fragment that wafts by and connects it to one that you have sensed on earth and could find no connection for. You feel a touch on your shoulder and turn, and even though you do not recognize the face, know that this is a special loved one that has passed over, but is with you every day. You just didn't realize it. The angels tell you that not all these have passed over are within this group. The angels explain that only your spiritual family is present here. Many participate in your human existence but are from other families. It depends upon the contract and connection experience that has been agreed upon. You can't begin to tell the angel how you feel. It is just so overwhelming. The love that is being radiated to you by this group is astounding. The angels motioned you to go around the circle. As you go around the circle, each family member lays his or her hand upon your crown chakra. When this connection is made with your crown chakra, the remembrance of who they are dawns. The love that you feel for this person is also felt by them when they touch your crown chakra. This reunion is oh so wonderful. Many impart special messages to you as they go around the circle. Others just beam their love and nod as you sense who they are. You don't want to leave this circle because you know that you are one with these beings. But the angels remind you that you have remembered the way now and can come as often as you like. They also tell you that now that you understand that the spiritual family is real, you can begin to look for their signs in your physical world, for they are always present. Tears of joy roll down your face as you turn to go, but also they are sending loving thoughts that you have your mission to perform, and that is the purpose of your incarnation at this time. They tell you there are no goodbyes because you are not leaving, and they are not leaving. Only their visual human essence is missing in your human world. They have you understand that they are all around you at all times. You just thought that you were alone. They tell you to call upon them any time that they cannot assist, just as the angels and guides cannot assist without your permission. You have reached the spiral and hop back on. You remember that you did not pick up your worries and concerns from the basket, but you feel that you have no need to return with them. Tell the angels to have them transmuted for you. You start your descent. The lavender bunny walks over and sends you loving vibrations that tell you until next time. The earth is coming back into focus now. The room where your physical body remained is coming back into focus. You re-enter the white marble hallway. Thank the bird for its song and tell it you will be back soon. You open the door, cross back over the threshold, exit through your heart chakra, and re-enter the human form that has been waiting for you. You sense a sadness, then you sense a light touch on your left shoulder and know that your spiritual family is all around you. You wiggle your fingers and your toes and come back into your conscious state. Reorient yourself, for you have been on a very long and emotional journey and need a moment to reground and center before going about your day. Peace be with you, beautiful being of light. It has given us great pleasure to reunite you with your spiritual family. I am Archangel Michael, the Creator's messenger of love, joy, wisdom, light, peace, and grace. Meditation Journal Questions. What did you see? What did they share with you? Any particular remembrance you want to jot down here? Any surprises for you in the meditation that you want to make note of? Perhaps leave a separate area in your journal for angel notes. Question. Practice listen to your angels and ask your angel what it is to be your first entry in your section of the journal for the angels. End of section 3.